I just got back from the movies. I guess we can get into it. Hi, my name is Spear, and you would talk with Spear, and I've had my fill for today. I'm Spear. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button. So I just came back from watching The Beekeeper. The Beekeeper, another Jason Statham film starring Jason Statham, directed by David Ayer. And I think this movie was scheduled to come out last year, but it came out this year. So first action movie of the year. Let's get into it. So Jason Statham plays Adam Clay, retired operative who's a beekeeper now, and his next door neighbor is the lovely Phylicia Rashad, and he delivers honey to her on a regular, and they kind of like take care of each other. You know, they look out for each other one night. So just so happens one day Phylicia Rashad her internet is messing up, and she's getting all these glitches and stuff, and someone calls her, someone mysteriously calls her and tries to fix it, but in order for them to fix it, they needed her personal information, and they end up scammed her out of a lot of money. And with that result is that she ended up taking her own life in the midst of that. And just so happened to pull up on the scene as Jason Statham pulls up and saw her body there, and then sets out to go on vengeance against the people behind it. It's this whole team of cyberpunks who hacks people's accounts and steals their money and do all this crazy stuff, and he sets out to take his vengeance out on each and every one of them and everybody that's a part of the company and higher up. And that's it. That's the premise. And if you're familiar with Jason Statham films, you know how he rolls. This movie is no different from anything he's done before. It's the same concept. He goes in, he beats the shit out of everybody. He's basically unstoppable. No one lands a punch on him. I guess that's still in his contract from Fast 7 then, huh? Yeah, no one can land a punch on him. And he basically just kicks ass. This is a generic action movie. Alright? This is no different from anything you've seen him in. He pretty much plays the same type of character. Oh yeah, and by the way, he got some co-stars in it. Josh Hutcherson, Jeremy Irons, and a small cameo from Minnie Driver. And Josh Hutcherson having a great year last year with Five Nights at Freddy. Anywho, yeah, it's a basic action film. You know, bang bang, shoot 'em up. Keeps your attention through the whole movie. Just him kicking ass, taking names, doing whatever he had to do to get to the top dog. We've seen these movies a bunch of times. It's no different from anything you've seen before. It didn't change the action genre. It didn't do anything special. It's just Jason Statham play Jason Statham. But you know what? I have to give my man credit though. He's been at this since 2000s, almost 20 years. And he stayed consistent. Where Stallone and Schwarzenegger and Van Damme, they high in the 80s and early 90s, they took a dip. Jason Statham has never taken a dip. You got to give the man credit. He knows he has a lane, he has a fan base, and he stick with it. He don't change up at all. These movies are catered specifically for him, and he dominates it every time he's in it. I'm personally not a fan of The Meg or anything like that, but you know, those movies do well for him. And he stayed consistent. I think him being tied with the Expendable franchise and the Fast franchise, that helped him keep some relevancy. And in the midst of that, he'll drop one of these action movies you done seen him do. This movie is no different from The Mechanic, The Wrath of Man, The Meg, Crank. All of them the same. Transporter, all of them. They're all the same. So this is no different. The only thing different is just a different director and a different writer. And The Beekeeper is a code name that he used. He's an ex-operative. You will probably guess that once you see the movie. There's nothing predictable. And on top of that, the ending of the movie. The ending has all his endings be. It leaves it ambiguous because he's allowing us to give him a sequel to this movie. He's telling us, hey, if you like this movie, give us a sequel. That's what basically all his endings of every movie he's done, every ending he's done in every film leaves ambiguous and open for another sequel. So I'm pretty sure if this movie do good at the box office this weekend, they're gonna do another one. It don't even have to make a lot of money. It just need to do like a pretty decent amount of number, and we're gonna probably get a sequel of this. So I would say this movie is for people that's a fan of Jason Statham. Y'all love his movies. You love him. I love him personally. I think he's great. I don't like everything he does, but I will go check out a Jason Statham movie if it catch my attention, except for the Meg. No, I won't do myself like that. You shouldn't do yourself like that neither. But the Beekeeper, out of 5, I get it 2.5. It's a generic action film. I mean, you've seen these before. I would say this: if you're not a cinephile and you're not big into watching a lot of movies like that, then you'll probably enjoy the hell out of this. But if you've seen a bunch of these movies before, you've seen the one-man army guy, the invincible guy, nothing hurts him, he doesn't get a lick on him. He does take a pretty big ass whooping towards the end of the film, but that's just a one time out of all the 100 people he done went up against. He this cold, he could beat up 8 dudes and not get a scratch on him. That's how bad he is. Don't question it, just the laws of physics, I guess. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't question these things. This movie is directed by David Ayer, and I don't really particularly like David Ayer movies like that, but this one is a step up because he didn't write the movie. He just directed it. So, hey, go. Don't release that Suicide Cut. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see the Suicide Squad cut. Don't do it. Anywho, thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all coming here, and hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment in the section. And again, you stay classy, folks. Get your hands